Across the last century, the Church has carefully considered the vision and the mission of the lay faithful in the Church. In fact, the Second Vatican Council called for a deepening of this theme, one that Pope Francis might simply sum up as saying, every Christian is a missionary, which means that every baptized person, in the extent that they have experienced the love of Christ Jesus, is an agent of evangelization.
The Dicastery for Laity, Family and Life hosts a directory of lay associations across the globe, promotes the roles of the lay faithful according to the magisterium, promotes the vocation of women, of youth, among other things. Have you heard of laityinvolved.org? The Dicastery for Laity, Family and Life promotes on this website different initiatives and best practices from many different bishops, conferences, dioceses and private institutions. The website is intended to be a point of reference for different pastoral agents at a parish, diocesan or national level.
It could hardly get any more obvious. The Church needs you and me. And when it comes to matters of marriage and family, we at the MFLO here in the Archdiocese of Johannesburg are happy to respond and even more happy to extend the invitation to you.
The 2019 Synod Resolutions calls for the establishment and resourcing of marriage and family ministry on diocesan and parish levels. The Archdiocese, together with parishes, is tasked to recruit volunteers and professionals that can serve the varying needs of families. With the Diocesan Marriage and Family Life Office and Committee officially in place and at work, we now turn our attention to you at parish level. Herewith, we extend our invitation to each parish of the Archdiocese to establish a team of marriage and family life missionaries.
Introducing the Marriage and Family Life Team, or MFLT, which is a discerned and recruited group of dynamic volunteers and professionals that will serve the needs of couples and families on parish level.
So why a team? Feedback from Synod champions across more than half the Archdiocese indicates that mostly priests and deacons prepare couples for marriage. While this is not a problem, many of these very priests and deacons have come to realize the greater impact of their marriage prep courses when they involve actual married couples who can witness firsthand to concrete experiences of married life. The same applies to marriage enrichment courses, by which couples, through movements like Teams of Our Lady, Couples for Christ, among others, can inspire one another through witness and their own pastoral agency as baptized persons, supported by that of priests, deacons, and religious individuals.
In case you haven't noticed, we're already referring to the power of teamwork in marriage and family ministry. Support and counselling for grandparents and the elderly, widowed and divorced, struggling marriages and parents, individuals who experience same-sex attraction, families that deal with disabilities, amongst other things. Marriage and family life is wide-ranging and certainly demanding. Now it is the time to hone in on your gifts and charisms. Unite as many parts of one body and transform our parishes into one large, happy family of families.
Perhaps your parish has such a dynamic team in place, and if that's so, we honor you and encourage you to grow. But those who don't, or those that seek a marriage, family life makeover, let's look at what a marriage and family life team would look like. Like all parish-based entities, always start with the support and blessing of your community pastor, the parish priest. Next, the pastoral council executive needs to consider the real needs of your particular parish community. Common needs include marriage preparation, marriage enrichment and counseling, parenting enrichment and counseling. This includes all individuals in a parenting, guardianship role and a variety of issues related to this role. Support for the aged and disabled. Support for the widowed and divorced.
Perhaps your parish is seeking other forms of support or enrichment platforms. For example, respective and specialized ministries for men and women, ministry to individuals who experience SSA, as well as their family members, counseling to individuals suffering different forms of trauma, etc. So once your parish pastoral council executive has completed a full needs assessment of the families and the individuals within the parish and their needs, it's time to discern and recruit a marriage and family life team within the parish. And remember, this does have to be a process of discernment, not just electing people for the sake of it, with no real discernment. For this process, we suggest the following.
Pray, and bear in mind that prayer includes listening. Recruit experienced marriage and family ministers, as well as new volunteers who seek to serve in the apostolate. Recruit professionals with needed skills, such as psychologists, counselors, educators, social workers, etc. Conduct a AAA assessment of these individuals.
Do they have an ache to serve in this capacity? For instance, do they have passion for this mission rooted in love for God and neighbour? Are they available to do so? For instance, when they have need to serve or be present, will they show up? Are they able to serve, submit and grow? For instance, do they have the basic abilities to carry out tasks, do so with the help of others, and willingness to discover and develop skills? If and when you're happy with your team, begin the exciting process of delegating duties according to your parish needs.
Who will be in charge of marriage preparation, of ministry for the aged and disabled, and so on? Bear in mind that an individual in charge of a specific area of focus in MFL will not necessarily serve in that capacity alone, unless of course that area of focus requires a certain skill set, such as counseling or public speaking. There will be platforms where a variety of skills are required, such as couples retreat or family conference. It will be up to your team to decide how you will weave your gifts and charisms into one dynamic MFL ministry for your parish. The purpose of delegating duties is to ensure that each area of focus has a leader, a person that can develop that specific family ministry to become life-giving for your parish community.
Bear in mind that all parish-based movements intersect in one way or another, and all persons come from families, and that is why the family is at the center of the parish community. The marriage and family life team will therefore interact with leaders of youth or young adult groups, catechists, J&P animators, outreach groups, liturgists, etc. And like these groups, the marriage and family life team ought to have a representative on the parish pastoral council. It is this same representative that will interact with the marriage and family life office directly and or through the marriage and family life deanery representative in each respective deanery.
How exciting! Again, we extend our invitation to all parishes in the Archdiocese of Johannesburg to form a marriage and family life team, a dynamic group of family missionaries. Of course, now we ask the question, what next?
The Marriage and Family Life Office and Committee have been hard at work developing a policy document that we suggest you in turn take to your parish and use as a guiding policy. This document will be made available to you in a pack or alternatively on the website, which currently is under construction. But for now, we need to summarize our current structural makeup.
From the Vatican, the Dicastery for Laity, Family and Life communicate initiatives to the Marriage and Family Life Office of the South African Catholic Bishops' Conference, who in turn communicate initiatives to the MFLO of Johannesburg. For efficient communication between the Marriage and Family Life Office of Johannesburg and that of the SACBC, a liaison will be assigned from the Archdiocese of Johannesburg. A Finance Committee, Advisory Committee, as well as the SACBC liaison will form a governance team for the Marriage and Family Life Apostolate of the Archdiocese of Johannesburg. Serving in the Marriage and Family Life Office, or MFLO, of Johannesburg is the Vicar for Marriage and Family Life, the Archdiocesan Coordinator, Administrator, and Additional Member. The office staff, together with the Advisory Committee, as well as the SACBC Liaison, together form the Archdiocesan Marriage and Family Life Committee, or MFLC. One member from the Advisory Committee and one member from the office staff will join new members to form the Marriage and Family Life Finance Committee of the Archdiocese. For efficient communication with the parishes of the Archdiocese, the Marriage and Family Life Office will seek a representative from each respective deanery. This deanery representative will connect with the leader of the Marriage and Family Life Team, or MFLT, of each respective parish in his or her deanery.
But with teams and policies in place, the most important focus remains the mission at hand. That is, seeing our aims and objectives come to life. 2022 will be a year of finalizing all parish committees, training and ensuring that each committee feels supported and is ready to begin implementing a marriage and family life plan for its parish members. Each committee will be supplied with a pack which they can use for the duration of the year to bring into effect the various ways of celebrating and supporting family life. The pack will consist of a year plan, various activities and ideas that can be carried out in homes, parishes, and communities used to strengthen marriage and family life, and resources for the community members in the event that more support and assistance is needed from them.
The Office Coordinator will also continue to work alongside parishes to determine their challenges, their needs and their resources, and to support them where possible. This will be done in the best way possible in the COVID climate. Finally, we will make available to all the parishes a detailed resource list for those parishioners that are in need of support and care in their marriages or families. This is one of the key areas that we will focus on using our MFL website.
The 2022 Year Planner will highlight the various times to celebrate different parts of the family and how to incorporate this into the parish, the Mass, into the home, and also into the community. The MFLO social media plan will support and encourage these themes and ideas. Here are some examples of celebrations that can be clustered at various times of the year. Marriage in February. Celebrating our children in new life could be done in April. Motherhood could be done in May, and fatherhood in June. Being grandparents in August. Celebrating family heritage in September, and family bereavement and being widowed in October. Celebration of family life and its achievements for the year could be done in December.
Let's look at one theme as an example in more detail. Let's use February, the month of love, to celebrate couples and marriage. And here are some ideas that the parish MFLT can use. Mass over the weekend of Valentine's Day will focus on married life and being a couple, and community members will be asked as couples to stand up before the end of Mass for a special blessing of their marriage. The homily will focus on the importance of strong marital relationships. The parish could hold a Valentine's breakfast on the grounds of the parish, where there can either be a bring and share, or the MFLT can supply breakfast packs as a fundraiser. Each parishioner is encouraged to pray for marriage each evening for a week, and prayer cards for this can be handed out. And so, to carry out all of this work, we urge you to go back to your own parish communities and start identifying people who are interested in making a difference in marriage and family life.
And to form the important parish marriage family life team.
And once this has been done, we will train all members to carry out the activities for 2022.
We look forward to an exciting and well-coordinated year ahead with all of you.